2.
And we're live. What's up, everybody, and welcome to the Put It in the Books. Hey, Keith is back, and now he's gone, and now he's back, and now he's back again. Welcome again.
Like the Terminator.
It's our favorite time of the week is to be with you guys and talk Mets baseball. I am Steve. I got Keith in front of Shea Stadium, right over to my left.
The land of the Mets.
The land of the shaking stadium. Right down here is Mr. Rodriguez. How's it going, sir?
It's going well, thank you. How's
All
it going with
right.
you? How about you?
It's going. It's
going.
In the Mets,
It's
we'll,
going.
we'll get to it.
You know.
Producer Joe, how about yourself? How's everything?
It's the Grom night. It's a good night.
You're okay? You're back home,
In the hole.
inside the
Where it
wall behind Rodriguez. So I feel like you're comfortable. You said now, we can't see you, so you can't blink twice, but send a signal or something. You're not getting enough food, vitamins, water, that kind of stuff. And
You see the bulge? You see that bulge in the wall? That's not his. It's his belly. So he's doing okay.
I thought it was his manhood.
That would be Dom. That would be
He
Dom.
wishes.
It's Dom's manhood.
He would be. That might be Dom's manhood if it's. I don't know.
Oh, there it is already. 5 minutes in, and we're already talking about Dom.
Off the rails. All right. Well, no, we'll do talk. Dom is our first guest here. Dom Sorrentino.
Oh, there he is.
And as far as I'm concerned, the Mets had a day off yesterday, but we'll get to that after we actually get into everything, which is very conveniently could possibly happen now. Let's start the show. Producer Joe.
Put up the box!
It's consistency, and your hair has been consistent throughout the history of the show, Farace.
My hair is consistent. It's a consistent non-existent. And I don't care if I'm blinding you guys today. I don't.
What's
I
going
didn't do
on?
like a reveal. So it's no blinding. I got you guys prepared for everything, so we're all good to go here on the Put in the Book show. As we always do,
Okay.
let's toss it over to Mr. Keith right there. Talk a little bit about Brooklyn
Salads.
Water Coffee
So-
Roasters.
This segment is brought to you by Hojo, who wears number 20, which is the number of runs the Atlanta Braves scored last night. And also brought to you by Brooklyn Water Coffee Roasters, from their roastery to your front
Hojo's
24.
our sponsor now. You know that. You just heard it here first.
If-
Hojo, Howard Johnson, Farace.
If you like the number 20, so do the Braves. The Mets bullpen aren't big into the number 20, but the Braves are loving it. So 20 runs.
Talk coffee.
Oh,
Any
coffee, right. So if you want to have 20 cups of coffee, order
Which the
from
Mets need.
BrooklynWaterCoffeeRoasters.com, because if you act now and use the code PopCulturePros, and that's all capital letters, don't use lowercase letters because you will fail. Just like the Mets bullpen did last night. Capital letters. You will get your third bag free. You got to buy 2, but with 3 bags, you're guaranteed to have at least 20 cups of coffee. BrooklynWaterCoffeeRoasters.com, and they have some delicious flavors such as dark roast dark chocolate, a rich chocolatey dark roasted coffee. It's got at least, I think, 20 calories? How many calories come in that?
Ooh, sexy.
Absolutely. Zero.
It's a Ray Ordonez coffee. So if you don't like Ray Ordonez, don't drink this coffee. But I suggest you do, because Ray Ordonez's defense was off the chain. And this coffee will wake you up. It will not score 20 runs off of you. There's another delicious flavor. It's called Morning Wood, which 20 runs does not give you. 20 runs gives you limp wood. But Morning Wood is a delicious coffee. And mind you, all of these coffees, you can add 50% more caffeine, not 20% more, but 50% more caffeine per cup.
30% more.
Yeah, they will. No,
40%
no, they
more.
do 50 only. Yeah.
50.
So 50% more caffeine. If you want to have another delicious flavor, there's another one out there. It's called bacon and waffles.
Oof. Chicken and waffles.
Chicken and
Very
waffles.
close.
I'm sorry.
You're very close.
I was gonna say, what was the other one? The whiskey one. I don't have the script in front of me.
How many years? 4 years of this?
Chicken and waffles
The same
is
thing?
delicious. Yeah. Hey, listen, every day's a new day, okay?
a
Chicken
new
and
adventure.
waffles, delicious coffee, chicken and waffles,
Oh
20
my
cups of
God.
coffee. It's got at least 20 calories, right? How many calories does it have again, Farace? I forgot.
Absolutely zero.
Ray Ordonez. It's a lot better than 20 runs given up.
Has nothing to do with Ray Ordonez.
He wore
He would
zero.
have saved all 20 runs.
Leave him retired.
Yeah, I guess. But anyway,
couldn't score a run.
BrooklynWaterCoffeeRoasters.com, from the roastery to your front door. Brooklyn Water Coffee Roasters. This is a disclaimer. Has nothing to do with the 20 runs that the Mets gave up last night. It is just me being pissed off and repeating it over and over again just to get over it and make all of you suffer along with me. Met fans, I love you guys. BrooklynWaterCoffeeRoasters.com, from their roastery to your front door. Only the finest beans are hand selected. They pick at least 20 beans at a time, as in the 20 runs that they run.
Boy.
BrooklynWaterCoffeeRoasters.com, from their roastery to your front door. Again, act now. Use the code PopCulturePros. Get your third bag free. As if really, I mean, the Mets had 3 bags off their. Get your third bag free. Pop Culture Pros.
He's delirious.
Where's the dead horse alert?
Yeah.
I don't know why. Just like
BrooklynWaterCoffeeRoasters.com, from the roastery
There
to
it
your
is.
front door. It will ship within
Thank
24
you.
hours of its roast date. Go ahead and order now, guys. BrooklynWaterCoffeeRoasters.com.
Do it. Mr. Bohan is live from Truist Park in Craplana.
Ooh, Mr. Bohan.
Yes.
Jinx
You
some,
picked
Bohan.
a
Jinx
phenomenal.
some.
What a great game to, if you're on the
Like,
road,
wow.
if you live in a city that is not New York and you don't get to go to Citi Field all the time,
Whoa.
to be able to pick up and get a game with DeGrom pitching is just phenomenal.
It
It's
says
like,
something about the
golden ticket, right?
Atlanta fans.
You can almost
Crap-
guarantee with DeGrom
Craplana.
pitching what won't happen, Farace. Can you take a guess?
The Mets will not give up 20 runs today.
Boom! And also,
Yes!
I don't necessarily agree with Tom Bohan. Yes, Lindor is great,
Oh, don't
but
say
Ordonez
that.
was amazing in
Say
the
those
field.
things.
Ordonez with his glove was amazing. So they're comparable, and
No
maybe
way.
even Ordonez better, but Lindor is a better
Oh
overall
my
player.
God! I can't believe you're even saying that.
What, in the field with the glove?
Ordonez,
The only thing that you can discuss between the two is
The
defense.
glove.
defense.
Yeah.
Yeah,
the
the
glove.
glove.
That's
The
the only thing
glove.
you can.
I haven't seen enough of Lindor to be honestly give you a good critique of him, but he's pretty good. Ordonez was great. So
I'd rather have
I wanna
Lindor than
see if
Ordonez
Lindor's
any
pretty
day,
good.
but
Well,
just saying.
Yeah.
I'm glad you said that.
If you're talking about purely defense,
That made us all feel better.
Ordonez.
that did make me understand him better because I would have lost my mind if he said he'd rather have Ordonez than Lindor.
I think Ordonez would have at least saved 4 of those 20 runs.
You're insane.
Go
Okay.
gadget arms.
Oh yeah.
As
Go
the
ahead.
balls are flying out left and right.
Good
But
God.
the best news about
news.
yesterday, the best news, hands down, best news is
news. Damn it.
If you reverse the Braves score, we won. 0-2.
There you go.
well,
See?
yeah, I guess. But
Sure.
the better news is that
They never played. We won.
Betances is done.
Betances is done. But the best
That's
news
good.
is that it only counts as one loss.
It is.
So it doesn't matter if it's 35-1 or 2-1, which is more our style.
Oh, Mr. Optimism.
One loss.
He's not
One loss
pooping the milk now.
is
he?
one loss. I don't remember the last time I've been pooping milk. Remember I told you I played in our 100th episode
Don't you
that
tell
little
me.
clip of me saying not getting too high, not getting too low, staying even keeled, and you guys said, no, you can't do that. Steve can't do that. Farace's not going to be able to do it. Boom.
Yeah, right now you're trying to stay even keeled, trying to be a fake for the fans, for the people out there. But we know that you go with Zerk. Laras, tell him he goes with Zerk.
No.
on every chat. Producer
Well,
Joe, ring the bullshit bell because
This
that's what he's doing.
Negative.
See?
Farace's
Exactly.
act right now is just like the bookcase in the Batcave, and actually, in Bruce Wayne's office. It's a facade. It's fake.
The facade.
You have
Farace
no
the
idea.
facade.
A lot
Facade-arachi.
of balls hit off the facade yesterday.
Oh,
Dom says Peterson
thank
might also
goodness.
be done. He is definitely going to miss his next start, and
Isn't it
he's going
funny
to New
how
York
they're
to
always
get checked
hurt
out.
when they get whooped? They're never hurt when they pitch 7 innings and sit down. You know, they're never hurt when they strike out 10 guys. But
Are
all
you
of a
saying
sudden-
that there's as a ball player? Are you saying that if you weren't doing well, you would?
I'm not
Chalk it up
saying
to-
that I would.
Uh-huh.
I'm saying that they are.
So is this
Ah.
like I got the big test today, Mom, I'm sick, I can't go to school type of deal?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Much. Now he's got another lat thing.
So DeGrom must have
Yaiwan
been
had a
sucking it
lat
up,
thing.
man.
DeGrom is a man. DeGrom comes out there and he tries to perform no matter what. He pitches
Yeah.
3 innings of no-hit baseball, 5 innings of no-hit baseball.
Then he gets hurt.
Then he gets hurt, and he still
Yeah.
comes back the next time, and he's wrestling other people out on the floor over there in
Don't wrestle.
Atlanta.
I'm
kinda
getting stressed out,
What? That
Rodriguez.
was horrible. That was horrible, right, Lars? That was.
It
Terrible,
was.
man.
What
Watching
are you
him do that,
wrestling? What are you doing,
I said,
bro?
Dude,
You know what else stresses
stop.
me out? Every
You're
time he
too
comes to
skinny.
the plate.
You're like
He's
a
too
pretzel.
skinny.
Yes.
All right, let's get this back on the rails. Either
Gumby.
reel
Just
it
pitch
in.
and go into cryogenic cell and stay there until you pitch again. That's
You're
that.
Gumby, damn it. Relax. Stop it.
So there's 2 ways to look at what happened yesterday, and
2 ways.
obviously, if you look in some of the other groups, like we always talk about, it's now it's time to trade McNeil for whatever you can get for him, because this is year 3 and he's not doing well in year 3, and that's it. That he's proven that this is it.
That's it.
Third year rule. That's it. He should be
Done.
traded.
Done.
Lindor is doing awful. The night that he got the morning after he got the game-winning hit, somebody said on another group, Lindor sucks. I said, are you talking about the guy who drove in the winning run yesterday?
I saw that.
And I didn't get a response from it.
What
I
are
didn't.
you
I
gonna
wasn't
say?
expecting, but I mean, come on.
What do you? How could you engage someone like that? They make no sense.
I just
It
had to
makes no
know.
sense.
Is that the one you were talking? That Lindor?
Yeah, I guess so. They
Well,
never
that
happened.
comment just needs a moment of silence with this to break it up. That's it. It's really all that deserves. And then you move along because it's just stupid. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Is he not playing up to his potential? Of course not. But suck.
But
Yeah,
jeez,
and
man.
but now now's not the time. Like you wouldn't say after that game, McCann needs to ride the bench more. The guy that hit the 3-run shot to tie the game, and then Lindor came in and hit get the game winning hit.
Yeah, and even people who compare
Right.
the two, I mean, come on,
It's
seriously.
bad timing.
Lindor, you got to ride Lindor every day. Give him a break here and there just to get his mind straight, but you got to ride Lindor every day. That's the type of player he is. McCann's a catcher in his 30s. Yes, he does need some bench time. It's 2 different things, but neither one of them suck. So just stop it. Just stop it. Stop. Should I say stop again?
Stop it. All right. So
What? What was
today,
that?
so whose brilliant
go.
idea was it to go on Thursday so we can get one more game under our belts, so we can talk about an additional game?
Pretty sure that was Rodriguez.
Me, we would have been talking about this before yesterday happened, and we would have been all happy and content. Now we're miserable and realistic. So now we can understand things better.
Yeah, so all right, this is an interesting comment. I'm not saying it's just saying wrong or right, but it is something that was talked about as we led up into getting some of these guys back. And I wouldn't say that losing one game 20-2. I mean, it happens. We beat the Phillies 26-3, and the Braves just beat the Pirates earlier this year 21-1.
Yeah, it sucks. We win tonight,
It
it's
happens.
Yeah.
And that's it. And you win tonight, and you gain the split of the series.
And you forget it.
Split the series on the road, or against Philadelphia over the weekend also. And then you just look forward. But bench mob. Bench
You want
mob
to play
versus
500
starters.
on the road, though.
Yeah.
So that's fine.
Right. Yeah, exactly. And then we head after this. We've got a series starting tomorrow that we'll talk about. But okay, the bench mob is there, right? And if you've watched any kind of sports in your life, you know that when there's a team that's decimated by injuries, these rookies and guys who don't often get opportunities come in, they play their hearts out, and it works for a bit. But when you have those type of players, and every team needs them, but if you have those type of players playing in an everyday role, they're going to be exposed over 162. If it's happening for a month, okay, fine. But Bohan, sorry, I just saw this, but completely agree. Bench mob, we got through that. Guys are starting to come back, have a few more, but the only path to playoffs is the starters. The bench mob cannot lead us into the playoffs. And they've been great. They've been doing what they've been asked to do.
That's
but
why they're on the
now
bench.
it's time.
That's why they're on the bench.
So I think everything will gel, but now this kind of leads us into a little bit more offenses on the way, right, guys? Nimmo is surprisingly close. JD Davis is now surprisingly close. And they flashed their stats up from the beginning of the year. We get those guys back in. What are you guys thinking as far as this lineup? Is that the end of the 2 runs per game? Is that the end of the we can't score for the first 6 innings? We'll make it interesting and come back and do things 7, 8, and 9. What do you guys think?
They're gonna help. JD Davis and Nimmo. Nimmo's an on base guy. He gets on base. As long as you bring Nimmo back and you have him spend some bench time too. He's not a full-time starter. He's proven that already to me. So I'm not going to start him every single game. I'm going to start him as long as he's hot. The second he cools off, he goes to the bench to take a little break. JD Davis has to start. He has to play 7 innings. He has to show us what he's got. Otherwise, he's trade bait, honestly, But there's a lineup thing here going on that there's a little tweak to the lineup. Something's got to happen with the way when they come back and the way Rojas builds that lineup. I'm not sure what it is, if to go true lefty, righty, go like that, or to just move Nimmo down in the order a lot and put in a pitcher 8 and bat Nimmo 9th. That way there's two leadoff guys, basically. Mm-hmm. You come with McNeil. And I think you drop Lindor down a little bit. You either drop him 3rd or you drop him 5 because he's just not performing as a true 2nd or 3rd place hitter. I mean, that's the fact. You can have a guy that you can have Conforto, you can have McCann, you can have Polar Bear, you can have Smith. Any of those guys hot is a 3rd and 4th place hitter. So those guys can really play. And if you just got to go with the hot hand and try to tweak that lineup a little bit. There's something that's missing that they're not exploding yet. But I think Rojas is going to find it. So with a better offense and halfway decent pitching, he's done a great job with the pitching staff too. I think we're going to stay near the top of the league.
So
what do you think?
Keith, what about you?
Listen, we have most of our starters back. Really, what are you going to add? Nimmo and JD Davis, right? And there's a couple of things I feel about that. Number one, you got Nimmo coming back, right? I don't think Nimmo's a full-time player anymore. I think maybe he's more than a 50% player, but he's not a 100% player. I think you're going to see him in the field somewhere initially when he first starts, maybe 2-3 times a week. And then he's going to be about a 60 to 70% kind of guy, and Villar's going to fill in. I just don't think he's a 100% player anymore based on his health. I love Nimmo. I want him out there. The guy has a 400 on base average. He is huge to the team. Love him at the top of the lineup. Just thinking health-wise, he's not that 100% player anymore. Then you got JD Davis. He's coming back. Undeniable. One of the best bats in the lineup. You can't argue that. But he has a little bit of a fall-off with his defense, right? And with the Mets, what's really been successful through this run with the bench mob, as William was saying, is their defense. The defense has been stellar. So you got a little bit of fall off. So if you have a little bit of a fall off on a defense, his bat needs to wake up and hit immediately as he's put into the lineup. Now, I'm not saying he won't. We just don't know that. As for the other starters, right, you have Conforto. He's back, and he's doing pretty good. Pete looks like he's starting to wake up a little bit because really
Conforto's been playing good in right field.
His defense
like one diving play a day. It feels like.
Yeah, his defense in the last couple of years has really
he's
taken
getting
a
really
notch
good
up.
jumps.
He's a good step, if not 2, above average for sure. I'd pick him over most people with the glove, and he's been getting base hits, hitting opposite field. He's been doing what he needs to do. I have no issues with Conforto. Lindor. Okay, with Lindor, everybody's complaining, but if you take Lindor's stats over the last 4 weeks and you duplicate that for the whole season, he'd be much better average-wise and number-wise. He has been playing much better, but yes, it's a team effort, okay? And if we're going to be taking a step back in certain areas with defense and things like that, we need to hit. And the bottom line is the whole entire team is chasing these off-speed pitches down and out, down and out, down. It's almost like it's like the COVID-19 pandemic last year. Everybody's, having an issue and quarantining from stopping from swinging at pitches from down and out. What are you doing? Swing or don't swing. And you know what? If it's down and out, don't swing. Yes, the umpires have been inconsistent. I'm not sure why they've been inconsistent, but that down and out pitch is killing the Mets. I'm not sure if you guys feel the same way, but
they see it differently than us. We see our point of view of watching the pitcher throw the ball and the movement of the ball it's a lot easier. It's a lot better view to have than the view that the batter has.
Of course.
It's coming in at 95, and it's coming in at 95 dead on right before that hit that plate. It's diving out. We see it moving all the way through, but the batter doesn't get that view. That's why it's a really hard pitch. They have, but like I agree with what you're saying, that they're chasing those pitches, and I think it's just they don't understand pitch sequencing, what the pitcher's trying to do to them, or
they
what that pitcher can do.
Rodriguez,
what they throw. You can't just go out there and try to hack everybody, try to smash everybody.
I agree,
you
but
gotta know
it's
what
their
the pitcher
job.
does.
It's their job. If your job is to hang crown molding. No, I'm not arguing with you, but I'm saying, if just generally speaking, if your job was to hang crown molding and every 90-degree angle gave you a problem, then guess what? You need to work on it and figure out how to make the 90-degree angles on all your crown molding. Why are you still swinging at down and out pitches?
Stop doing it.
Yes, just stop.
They don't
work
see it
on your
down and out.
craft. Work on your craft.
My point is, they don't see it. They don't know that's the pitch that's coming.
But if they watch video and practice more, hey, listen. Get some guys out there, just throw pitches down and out, and figure out how.
They're not better now with the new pitching, with the new batting coach. They're not better. Actually, a couple of the stats for them is even are worse than what they were under Chili Davis. So
I love Chili Davis.
That much better.
I honestly think batting coaches don't have impact unless they're with the team from before spring training. So in spring training, they can get all of that knowledge in their head. Mid-season, they're players already kind of focus on what they are and what their goals are.
Batting coaches can make a difference if they understand what the pitch is throwing and the way the game is going to go, and they can impart that on the guys, and the guys have to implement it. But if you have good batting coaches that are right most of the time, the guys will start to listen. They're not stupid. They're not going to go 0 for 3 just because they don't want to listen to this batting coach, and they could go 1 for 3 or 2 for 3.
Yeah, I don't think it's not listening. I think
it's not listening.
Mid-season, you're probably right. No, well, you're probably right, but
right in the head.
Yeah,
wake up, people now.
But would you not agree that a batting coach has more impact preseason and spring training than it does mid-season? Fire some guy 2 months in and bring somebody in. Because philosophies mid-season, to me, it confuses things a bit. It's like hiring and firing a coach mid-season, a head coach, a manager in baseball. It confuses things a bit. It just.
If I saw glaring holes in their swings and stuff like that, yeah, I'd be a problem. But I watching Lindor, I just see that he doesn't know what the heck they're gonna throw at him.
He was on his freaking knees, Rodriguez, swinging at pitches. I'm like,
because he doesn't know what's coming, and that's pitch recognition, and that should be taught by the manager and the coaches. They should understand the game plan. I don't think they do.
Yeah, well, they need better.
I think it is very important to understand and to look around that the Mets are not the only ones having these issues. So it's not like the Mets are batting 220 and everybody else is hitting 265. I don't care about
anybody else. My advice is to the Mets.
Yeah, but your advice is to the ball players in general, and it's just not happening anymore.
Let's not get started on that ball play in general thing. You know how I feel about them.
So what used to be an automatic fastball on a 2-0 count is now a slider count all of a sudden, a breaking ball count all of a sudden, and it, like we spoke about last week. It's now time for the hitters to make those adjustments eventually, and then everything's going to be what is it, Keith? Cyclical. So the pitchers are going to get ahead of the batters. The batters are going to start catching up, and they're going to do their thing, and then the pitchers are going to turn around and switch it up again. The 2-0 is now fastball count again. Tom says, I think it's to the point now where they feel pressured to perform, especially with a billionaire owner sitting in the stands every night and could easily determine their future with a snap of a finger.
They had more pressure in the old days where they were going to be out on the road digging ditches if they weren't playing baseball. That's more pressure. They ain't got no pressure now with their contracts. and guaranteed money.
So
That's not it.
there's no doubt that there is some pressing going on with the team. You know, when you see guys swinging at, you know, Dom swinging at a ball that's sort of right underneath his chin, and Lindor swinging at pitches above his head, and Pete flailing at the outside curveball down and away, like Keith was saying. There's obviously pressure. Every guy wants to go up there and hit an 8-run home run every time because of the offensive woes.
That's the problem.
Yes. Uppercuts. Uppercuts. All right.
Just get on base, baby. Just get on base.
We need the
and
kid
run.
from that movie. What was it called?
I think so.
Angels in the Outfield. Just have
Yes.
fun, guys. Let's have fun.
Everybody just
Chill the,
Everybody just.
all right.
chill
Okay.
the fudge out.
All right. So Rodriguez,
What are we talking about?
you mentioned a little bit earlier today about the second half is coming up, tale of two seasons. I feel
Ooh,
that
with
the
these.
first half was a tale of two quarters, because we got off to the good start. You know, we weren't hitting per se, even with our starters, but
We were not.
as we progressed, we got a little bit more timely hitting than not. That got us into first place, got us to a 5-game lead at one point, and then the bench mob started coming back down to earth, and then now our starters are in there. So it's been this like rotating in and out type of thing. So for me, it's a tale of two quarters in the first half. Now what happens in the second half? So Rodriguez, maybe talk a little bit about, it's 90% offense, but what do the Mets have to do to make it a consistent second half? As producer Joe says, Mets annual June swoon. It's not a June swoon. We were
there he is.
5-24 a few years back. That's a swoon.
That's not soon. That's jumping off a cliff. You're jumping off a cliff on that one, man. Come
Yes.
on.
So Rodriguez, what do you need to see that would indicate to you a turnaround and a solid, what's up, divide line,
What's
a
up, boys?
solid second half? What do you think?
Solid second half is health, man. Like always, it's always health with us. As long as these guys come back and they stay healthy, and we get a big pitching guy back, if Carrasco can come back, we're going to do a lot of damage to a lot of teams, because they need a little bit of consistency. These guys have to play together again because they haven't played together in a while. Okay, they need rest, so the bench mob is still going to be crucial. They're going to get a lot of reps. They're going to get a lot of playing time, which is great, because to stay loose, to stay good, you have to play a little bit. So, if you have your starters 7, 8 innings, that's quite enough with these young guys to keep them a little bit, kind of fresh for the whole season. You got a good bench mob. You proved it. The bench mob has won you most of the season. Farace, you're 100% right, man. Tale of two halves in the first half, because the bench mob just saved our year. Honestly, they saved our year. And now we can actually hopefully go into the All-Star break in first place, feeling a little better about ourselves, let our guys heal a little more, and get that offense going. The pitching has been fantastic. I don't see it changing now, because it looks like they're in a good groove. They're locked in to how they're supposed to be pitching teams, and not overextending themselves. We got the greatest ace out there, Cy Grom. Our defense is better, especially it's going to be better late in the games when we bring the bench mob in and take guys like J.D. Davis and Dominic Smith out. That's going to help. So I'm looking forward to a really good second half, provided we have the health again. And we proved we survived it, but damn, it's hard to, So I'm looking forward to a really good second half.
We got a couple of times going, talking in the comments, guys. So Keith, Tom Boulette is saying, I do think we need a guy leading off that will set the tone for the rest of the lineup, who can get on base and steal a couple of bases, kind of like Jose Reyes. We put zero pressure in the first 3 innings on the opposing teams whatsoever. 100% agree. And yeah, I mean, just looking at the stats, the first 6 innings we score a very minimal amount of runs, I'll say, and then we kick it into high gear 7, 8, and 9. So I who
You gotta come in hot.
Rodriguez, you kind of touched on it. The leadoff spot and you put Nimmo down in the 9-hole if he's starting. But Keith, who do you like best? Kind of, sort of, I guess, in the leadoff spot. That can put some pressure.
That's a good question, but I think another question I have before I even start that, you're very welcome, is did Tom Bohan respond to himself and call himself Tom Bohan in the chat?
No,
he did.
Mm-mm. No, Tom Bohan.
It's Boulay and Bohan.
I told you it's two Toms.
That went right over
Keith
my head.
doesn't listen to me all the time.
I do listen, but that one, because I'm just glancing. What'd you say? You know, what was the question again? Can you repeat that? It depends. So obviously, like I was saying before, I don't think Nimmo is a 100% player anymore. I mean, maybe one day he'll prove himself to be that again, but when he comes back, I love to see Nimmo on the top of the lineup. The guy has an amazing on-base percentage. He's not a base stealer per se, but he gets on base, and being on base is key at that top position more than stealing bases, in my opinion. You get on base, you are a potential to score a run. Then the guys behind you are where it comes in. And I know we're not getting into that, but I would love to see Conforto second. But if it's not Nimmo, I got to say, although he has not been performing, I would like to see Lindor somewhere on top of that leadoff spot. Because, and I know, Rodriguez, you're shaking your head, and you have mentioned this a couple times before, but I think it'll give him a different mentality being in that leadoff spot. It'll give him more of that on-base mentality. It'll make his eyes open up and watch the pitches that are coming a little more, looking for a walk and a hit instead of more a hit. It's interesting, but that's my answer. Nimmo or Lindor, depending who is in the field. If Nimmo's in the field, I prefer Nimmo because of his 400 on-base average that he has pulled off a couple times in the past, and then it would be Lindor because I think he's a smart baseball player, although he doesn't act like it sometimes lately. But he is a very smart baseball player, super talented.
It depends who they put behind Lindor, too. They have to put a guy that's going to force them to throw Lindor fastball so Lindor gets his timing. It could be Scooter, dude. If Scooter's hot, he's scary, man, because he mashes people. So it depends on who they put behind Lindor. I think that's very important too for this second half.
Yep.
All right. I just was looking at some more injury stuff. Familia is expected to be activated on 10-day list this weekend. He had the right hip impingement, and
after he got rocked, remember that too. That day he got rocked. My right hip is hurting me. Oh my!
I got an impingement in my hip. You hip, we hip, I hip.
We hip. He's got a 60% ground ball rate this year, and
don't bother me with stats about the F word.
60% on the ground.
When he does that, Rodriguez, you know what you do? If you want to know him, do like this. Say, Farace, cut it out. He loves that.
So here's the full story, the full final story on Nimmo. So they're talking about him coming back this weekend. Nimmo hasn't played since May 2nd due to what was initially called a left index finger contusion, then re-diagnosed as a potential nerve problem, and then a small ligament tear.
And then explosive diarrhea.
Who is diagnosing this stuff? He had a start and stop twice in rehab. So did JD Davis. So that's something to keep in the back of your mind there. We won't go too deep into that. But so here's a very contentious topic, and it's talked about all the time, just like all the other nonsense that goes on the other Facebook groups. But
the others.
Now, so we're just a few days, about a week or so away from the All-Star game. Thank you very much, sir. And maybe right after the All-Star break, or the show before that, or whatnot, we'll give our grades for the first half. But Rojas as manager, I there are 3 or 4, maybe 5 different things that
Fire 'em.
I could argue about what he's done. A couple of them that I've had to strike from the record because we find out afterwards what actually was going on, and we're just not used to that as an organization. We usually there's all these rumors flying out ahead of everything, and there's all this media nonsense, and then stuff happens. But so that we're just not used to that. So I don't get how you do a better job as a manager overall with the amount of guys that have been injured. What have we used? 50 players this year, or somewhere around that.
Didn't we have like 18 guys on the
17 at
injury?
one point, 7 out of
17?
9 in the lineup that was from our opening day. That disaster. All these guys injured. How could you possibly do any better than what's happening now? And I'm ready for these comments. But you guys want to chime in? How could you do better?
Well,
I'm not saying he's a Hall of Fame manager yet, but geez, with
You wanna start
what
with
he's been
Rodriguez?
dealt? Go
yeah,
for it.
let me just say real quick, he's handled the adversity really well, really calmly. He's let every single comment, pretty much most every comment, roll out of his back, like a duck, like what of a duck's ass, something like that. Whatever that saying is, I can't even say it right now. But somebody will figure it out. I think he's done a really good job, man. He's held the team down. They seem to like him. They seem to respect him. So
There it is,
what is that? Is
Mr.
that
Reed Foley.
Oh,
There it
is
is.
that Reed Foley?
If I see Reed Foley's goose-like mustache, I'm gonna jump through my big screen. Don't do it.
On the
It's too
bump
expensive.
again.
Too
If he's
expensive.
if he's
Goose
on
has
the
a better
mound-
mustache, but go ahead,
Sure,
Rodriguez.
you should have shown him a picture of him on the mound. He would have jumped on TV. What were we talking about?
Dirty Sanchez. Reed Foley and a Dirty Sanchez.
No, that's you. And there it is again. Oh,
We got a zoom.
That's Top Gun guy. That's not Reed
Yeah,
Foley.
guy.
I don't even know who it is.
Sanchez.
Sanchez. I don't.
No, we're
what
not
is
talking
that?
about that. That's not what we're talking about.
That's pretty gross. Is that what we're talking about? 30 cents? No.
No, okay. So I feel like Rodriguez lost
We're talking about
train of
Rojas.
thought there, but we're talking about Rojas.
Oh, we're talking about Rojas.
But before you continue, Dom says, "But Steve, the entire division has been bad. That's their bad. We're only going to control what we can control, and if everybody was healthy, we could have a 15 game lead. I mean, they spoke about that on the broadcast the other day. It is insane to think about what type of a lead that this team could have had everybody just staying healthy. And
Shoulda,
you
coulda,
can't play
woulda.
the if
They
game.
had
With the
Exactly.
type of pitching. With the type of pitching that
right.
we've had.
Exactly. And even what what you guys were talking about earlier, JD Davis is in my mind, the amount of runs he can produce will far outweigh the amount of runs that he gives up in the field. But back to Rojas. Rodriguez, I mean, really.
He's done a really good job, dude, with the team. Held them down, held their hands sometimes, and other times just made them man up and kept some guys on the mound when they shouldn't have been kept on the mound. I've noticed that, but I think he's done it just to give them confidence and say that, let them know that they have a shot at doing what they're supposed to be doing. I don't agree with every decision at the time when he does it, but I think overall he's done a pretty good job. We're in first place. Like we said before, 17 guys on the injured list at one time. 7 out of 9 were not even starters, right? Is that what happened?
Yeah,
I
7
mean,
out of 9 opening day
opening-
lineup from the opening day lineup. We're out.
We're out. So I mean, and we're in first place with a decent team with a better team coming back, with an all-star Carrasco coming back, JD Davis, Nimmo, really good players coming back.
Familia?
F word may not be back. I don't know why. I heard there was a rumor that his vagina exploded. So
Oh,
he's not gonna.
that's not good for anybody.
That's not good for anybody, especially the F word. So I think they got to give Rojas a good. I would give him an A. Oh no, I would not
Mis-
give that guy.
Mr. Butt Fumble himself.
No, this guy.
The New York Jet Dirty Sanchez.
He laid an egg. That's the original Dirty Sanchez. Yeah.
Who's now doing commentary and analysis
let me just say real
on
quick,
guys, and he's not good.
Sorry, producer Joe, but truth of the matter is, I am so grateful for the Jets because the Mets are not the biggest losers in New York. But go ahead, Rodriguez. What were you saying?
Wow.
Oh,
that was
there he goes.
Oh.
Removed.
Producer Joe.
We've talked about respecting producer Joe because
I love you, Joe. I just had to...
now I muted him.
All right. Dom says if we were in the division with the Dodgers, where would we be? I don't know, because we'd be playing. We'd have a whole different schedule. We
probably would have built the team differently too.
We've handled Arizona. We've handled Colorado. We have a winning record this year against San Diego. We have not played the Dodgers yet, and we've not played San Francisco yet. So I'm not quite sure, but I will say that we are in first place in the National League East.
Can I just
that's all that matters.
Address that Rojas thing? Just I got to say, honestly, I think he's candidate for manager of the year. All of Rodriguez's points, so I'm not going to repeat them all, but all those applied. The guy has dealt with so much. Coming off of a COVID year was his first managerial year. Coming into where all his star players are hurt. That's where you insert everything Rodriguez said. The guy has done a superb job. I mean, extend this guy.
This year. He's going to fight this year. Watch.
Extend it.
He looks like he's ready to.
Well, and you know what? What do your parents always say? It's the quiet ones you got to look out for. If I had to really nitpick, same thing like Rodriguez said. It's sometimes where and when he pulls pitchers in and out. But if you nitpick any pitcher, he looks like a goofball there. Come on, Joe.
I know.
But he's actually a pretty diesel dude. But if you pick any,
do you remember the
manager?
Sorry, Keith. You remember his how he buttoned his jersey
like
on his. We were together.
Oh yes, yes.
It's like, sorry, Keith. I was going to forget that. Sorry, go ahead.
It was a terrible view.
But if you look at other superior, amazing managers, Joe Girardi, they don't compare. The adversity this guy has dealt with, how he juggled all of the lineup, 7 out of 9 starters from opening day not starting, constant pitching injuries. Kudos to you, Rojas, and I am glad you're our manager, and I hope you stay our manager a long time. And I hope that you get a healthy team for an extended period.
And he's going to destroy you the second you go.
No, because he's had some bad moments, and I haven't destroyed him. In all fairness, I did destroy Mickey Callaway a couple times, but he deserved it. Rojas, I have not.
He's other dad.
Rojas has dealt with so much adversity. It's really a compliment to the Mets management for putting this guy in place and keeping him there. And a lot of people complain, but you know what? You don't know what you're talking about, and you're probably not really a true baseball fan.
Knows.
I do.
That's right.
I live and die Mets. I grew up Mets. I live next to the stadium.
There he is.
Half my childhood in that stadium.
There he is.
Believe me, I know.
Hey, kid.
I used to love going to the Loge level, Shea Stadium, behind home plate, the 37 Lounge, Casey Stengel Lounge. Get a shot of Jack and some chicken fingers.
And you yell,
chicken
Metsies,
fingers.
Metsies.
They go, Metsies. What's my name always every year? Metsies.
Anyway, Chris, you know what, Tom? I meant to say that in the chat with these guys, and Chris Flexen went to the Mariners, and he's been pitching really well. But anyway, that's not our thing. But it is what it is. We have a few more things to cover, and then
Harvey needs a job soon.
Harvey. A few more things to look at before we go. We will take a look at real quick at the standings, and then we'll take a look at some of the next few games. But first, Bobby Bonilla. It's Bobby Bonilla Day, and I think that this is the best Bobby Bonilla Day that we've ever had.
I agree.
The unveiling of that little suite area with the poker table. I gotta say, I love the way Steve Cohen has handled the Bobby Bonilla thing from the moment that he bought this team. He wanted to have some fun with it, and it's all good.
Do we have that Instagram video by any chance?
No, I wasn't able to. I didn't have the time right before.
So can I just say real quick, if you go to the Mets Instagram and check out the Bobby Bonilla infomercial for Airbnb, really good. Sorry, Froch.
Yeah.
Go ahead, bro.
No, you're all good. And we've talked on the show. There's a ton of contracts out there that are being paid for the next 10, 14, 15, 16, whatever years. This just happens to be the one that gets all the press because it's Bobby Bonilla and it's New York City and he played poker and he was
even
the worst
LaDonna's
guy
posting about it. Our longtime friend LaDonna.
Is she?
Yeah, she was.
Yeah, she loves it. She says it's a favorite day.
My immediate thing, because I was working, I could not. My immediate reaction was I wanted to go on Google and see Cardinals long-time contracts because she's a Cardinal fan.
Oh, you want to get back?
But I didn't have time.
There are though.
Of course there are. And I'm going to post it every time and tag her.
I mean, Brett Saberhagen was still being paid. I don't know. He might still be getting paid, but he was being paid not to the tune of 1.2 million, but like $260,000 a year, and that's exactly what the players are all good with. The players negotiate that. You want to impact this now.
Will Ponce agree to it.
It's worth it in the end, but if you think about it, the 1.2 million or whatever it is per year impacting, got us into contention back in the late 90s, and also was the reason why David Wright was able to be picked by the Mets where he was picked. So there's that.
The butterfly effect, right?
Yes. Man, that's a long time ago, that movie with Ashton Kutcher. All right, let's take a look. We won't take a look at the standings because we do have the lead, but let's take a look at the schedule going.
I'll keep it short with the Bobby Bonilla thing. I just want to your point, and this is kind of just echoing what you're saying, but specifically, if you go watch that Instagram video, because echoing what you're saying is echoing my heart, Farace. But if you go back to that Instagram video on the Mets page, they actually they probably didn't hire her. They just said, "Listen, bitch, we're paying you anyway. We need you to do a quick Instagram video." But they took Bobby Bonilla. They're doing an Airbnb, like Farace was saying, and they're doing this whole giveaway thing. They took Bobby Bonilla to promote this, and I gotta say, I agree with you 100%, Farace. It is so smart that they take such a negative experience. And I love Steve Cohen. I love the new Mets direction. And I love the marketing team. This is only year one, folks. So get ready for some more fun. But they took a crap situation and they made it fun, and they poke fun at us themselves. And they just said, hey, look at us. We're jerks. Yeah, no doubt. But it is what it is. Because it's not them who made that deal. So they don't feel scorned by it. They just feel like it's something to make light of. I thought it was really fun. I love the new direction of taking on it instead of shying from it, not talking about it, and hiding from it like the Will Ponce did. Anyway.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So let's get to the schedule over the next few days. Obviously, we have Atlanta coming up today they start at 7:20, so in about 25 minutes.
Douches.
There we go. All right. So today it's DeGrom. It's DeGrom.
That's who I'm going with.
DeGrom. That's it.
Cha-ching.
I'm so sorry, Ian Anderson.
Producer Joe.
Oh crap! Hold on. His ERA is 0.69.
Dun dun dun. All right, and then we head tomorrow. Our first series against the Yankees over in Yankee Stadium. You got Yaiwan Walker. That's a misprint. It's not Taiwan. It's Yaiwan. 6-3 at 2.38 ERA. His pitch just fantastic for us this year. Going against Jordan Montgomery, 3-2, a 4.06 ERA. Lefty. That's all I can tell you.
We're gonna smoke him.
I don't care about the Yankees.
We're gonna smoke him.
All right. Here's a matchup, guys. Marcus Stroman, a 2.45 ERA, 6-6 against Garrett Cole, who has not been the same for the last 5 starts.
What's the look at? Show me the meme. What's the meme? Perfect meme for that. Show me on your face.
Why? Slippery fingers all of a sudden.
That's it. Exactly, Farace. You know it.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder what that could be about.
Cheater.
Not the meme, the emojis. I'm sorry.
No. He didn't do it.
Red Sox. Okay. So you got that matchup. Stroman has spent almost his whole career playing against the Yankees. Tom, great show as usual. Got to make a crown run before first pitch. Have fun,
Royale, I
man,
hope.
and send us put
Enjoy
some
the
pictures up
game.
in the group and enjoy that.
Let's go Mets.
And then
DeGrom with the Cy Young Award, I hope.
Stroman obviously has faced the Yankees plenty of times in his career as a member of the Blue
He'll be ready
Jays.
for that game.
He's gonna be ready, and he's got some of that.
He's gonna have a do-rag on.
That
He
that
better.
aggression.
Never came of that, but anyway,
No, I don't think anything came out.
they should have, but whatever.
Yeah.
Screw you, Arizona. You suck.
And then on Sunday night, we got the Sunday night game of the week, ESPN 7:08 start. I did not see who was starting that game.
Sunday night. Jared Akoff is going to represent us on Sunday night.
It's not Eichhoff. It's
Miguel.
Steve Rodriguez.
I'll do it.
McGill. Yeah,
I
okay.
feel better. Oh, McGill, I'm good with.
Tyler McGill.
Ron McGill from Zoo Miami. He's going to be on the mound.
Hi, guys. How you doing, guys?
Yes! You nailed it.
He's going to be throwing
that is
poisonous snakes at the batters.
And then next week, just to close out the All-Star break, actually July 4th, the Sunday game, there's no word yet on who the Yankees will be putting on the mound. Then you got 3 with the Brewers, and then the series that we talked about with the Pirates, 4 games against the Pirates. That's our pad the lead series. I'm hoping it's in New York. It's at home where the Mets have performed well, though hitting has not happened there for either the Mets or their opponents. And then you head into the All-Star game.
We have to start winning soon.
Absolutely,
like right now.
And then DeGrom obviously that'll be something with the All-Star game, but he's already said that if he pitches on Sunday, it's not worth it for him to pitch in the All-Star game,
Look,
which
I guess,
I'm very thankful of.
Bobby
Very smart.
Bonilla has a message for you.
Bobby Bo. Oh,
Wait,
looks like he's aged a bit.
Can I just say that handsome man on the screen right there does
That's
not
me.
have a head nearly as perfect as my handsome man, Stephen Farace.
Good Lord.
Look at those dips
Let's
and
listen to Bobby
curves.
Bo.
Teamed up to give you a once-in-a-lifetime night at Citi Field. Hi, I'm former Met and your host, Bobby Bo. Let me take you on a virtual tour of this amazing space. Here are some of the amenities you'll enjoy if you spend the night at the ballpark. Check out all this memorabilia, including a few signed baseballs signed by yours truly. Take a look at this place.
Nobody
This
wants
is
it.
the ultimate experience for the biggest Met fans.
Don't be there.
You'll get to sleep in your own suite overlooking the Jackie Robinson Rotunda
I
with
get to
views
sleep
of
with
the
Mrs.
original
Met.
home apple. It's one of the best rooms in the ballpark. This customized space has everything you'll need to have a luxurious stay inside the famed ballpark. You'll have access to a gym for a workout and a shower to keep your game day routine. In addition to your stay, you'll have your own private suite for the Met games on July 28th and 29th. You'll be able to show off your arm as you'll get to throw out the first pitch on July 28th.
I'm doing it.
Mr. and Mrs. Met will make a visit to make your stay even more memorable. You have quite the night ahead of you, and I'm glad you're here. Enjoy the game. Let's go Mets.
How fudging cool is that, bro?
Well, Rodriguez is gone. But
He got mad. He went to apply for it. But how fudging freaking cool is that?
So cool.
So the Mets took this bruise, this black mark on us, this embarrassment, and made it the coolest freaking thing. And they made Bobby Bonilla talk about it. I love Steve Cohen's marketing team. Amazing. I'm sorry. Maybe that pisses some people off. I love how they just took that, flipped it around, and just made it a fun thing for the fans. So now when fans think of Bobby Bonilla Day, they're going to think of that.
Bull crap.
See?
Keith said you got so excited that you went to try and reserve.
I
oh my
thought
God.
you wanted to try the reserve.
I'd love it. I would.
How freaking cool is that, Rodriguez? They took the most.
They got 2 beds, guys. There's 4 of us.
I'll share with you, Rodriguez.
Pillow
No.
wall.
No.
Pillow wall.
No.
No.
You gotta-
No.
Okay,
The,
you'll sleep on
the
the couch
older
then.
guys, get
Couch
the
for you.
bed, and couch for the young kids.
Okay, Farace, the couch. But
Farace
how
gets the
cool were
couch.
What do
those?
you mean?
How cool were those pinstripe chairs?
You're on the couch no matter
They had
what. Farace.
pinstripe
You're on the
chairs.
couch.
Fine. I'll sleep on the floor. I'll sleep in like the little cubby
Even
hole.
better. We don't want you
City
sleeping on the
field.
couch and getting your drool
Fine.
on it.
And I want all those hats. Every last one of those hats I want.
They're
But
going in my knapsack. They're going. I'm not leaving that place.
Oh, I'm gonna be taxing crazy shit up in there,
It's
bro. I'm
like
gonna
they
be
moved.
hats.
They're gonna think
I'll
they
take
moved
Bonilla's autograph.
when we leave.
eBay.
It's like
much
you
you
know,
gonna
you
buy
go to
this
the
for?
hotel and you take the shampoo and that kind of stuff. This is Mets hats.
No, I'm gonna be stealing. I'm gonna be stealing stuff to go ahead and pay for the
I have
$10,000
children
I
with
just
little
paid for that.
heads. I need those little hats.
All right, Sterlin's Paradise.
Boom.
Authentic.
Yummy.
Authentic Haitian cuisine.
Better than Bonilla's contract, her cuisine.
I think so.
What?
But we're having fun with Bonilla's contract now, and you know the food is fantastic. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. They are located at 360 State Road 7 down here in South Florida, specifically in Margate. Again, breakfast, lunch, dinner. There's daily lunch specials where you can save on like tasso turkey and griot and all that stuff. They even got salads where you can be a little bit healthy. 754-205-2637. I personally want no part of any salads. I'm just I'm not that kind of eater. I need pork. I need
A good spice.
give me that griot. You know they have phenomenal mac and cheese flavor. It's so good.
So
you know,
yummy.
there's a little spice to it. It's really good. And again, for you guys on, let's just listen to the podcast version of this where you only have audio. 754-205-2637 is the phone number. Call ahead, get your order in, go pick it up. Use Grubhub or any of those other apps that have made us incredibly lazy over the last year.
19 pounds. COVID-19, baby.
Yeah. So head out there, have some food from there. It's just fantastic, and like we always say, we know the owners; they're fantastic, very good people, and you'll enjoy it. Promise.
Or if you hate yourself, don't go, so you don't have to enjoy yourself.
Yeah, you haters of thyselves. All right,
All of you.
let's go round robin here as we're getting close to game. All he is. As we get close to game time here, we'll go round robin here as we do weekly, and we'll start with Keith. And unlike last week, we did not get an early Fwakata in this episode, so it must mean that it's building and building and building, and it's about to happen. Keith,
Yeah,
Fwakata.
sometimes Fwakata is emotional, so sometimes in the beginning of the show it just comes upon me and I have to something. But
Inspired. He's inspired.
I have to be inspired, and I was inspired prior to the show, and I felt comfortable holding it in. It was a little conflict, I'll be honest.
Thank
It
God
was
you held it.
it was a little battle I had within myself. I'm not sure if I should like Fwakata
the
the game
battle from within.
tonight against the
Stomach gurgling.
Braves. Obviously, I'm going to Fwakata the
Of
Braves.
course.
I'm not sure if I should Fwakata something outside of the matchup tonight.
Skankies?
And I went with the Nationals. Fwakata, bitches. Who the hell you think you are being hot? 9-1, winning all these games. Y'all suck. You suck. Fwakata, mother effort. Fwakata, Nationals. You're done. Sink where you belong with the Marlins, swimming with the fish, and eating stuff on the bottom. Be a catfish, a bottom feeder. You're junk. Fwakata, Nationals. How
Boom.
was that? Was that a
I
good
like it.
Fwakata?
That was a good
pretty-
Fwakata.
It was pretty good.
I like that they're bottom feeders now.
They are scum of the earth.
Send them back where you belong.
Any other
Ouchie.
closing remarks from you, Keith? Any
I
words
just want
of
to say, let's
wisdom?
go Mets. I mean, I am a little frustrated with the batting, but you know, it's got to end because the talent is there, and the talent needs to rise, right? So I'm just hoping that it does happen somewhere in the immediate future, preferably before the All-Star break, so we can hold first place and continue throughout the year. Pitching has been there. I hope that remains. I'm still excited about this year, even though the Nationals are making this lucky run. But, you know, bottom line is they're bottom feeders, catfish pieces of crap that eat fish poop on the bottom of the ocean.
Barnacle lickers.
And, yeah, they're barnacle lickers. Like, that's good. I like that. And they will sink, and we will rise because we are yeast,
Rodriguez, save
Compare
us.
us to yeast.
Let's go Mets. That's it. Let's go Mets.
Cream rises to the top. Remember that?
I had to make it funny.
Okay. Listen, I think we're good. I think we're getting all our guys back, and we're going to be up to full strength by the All-Star break. And hopefully, after the All-Star break, we'll go on a nice little run. That's what I think is going to happen. That's what I hope is going to happen. That's what I want to happen. So, make it happen, Farace.
Let's
And
do it.
everyone
Make it
else,
happen.
be safe out there. Be safe out there. Take care of yourselves. Let's go Mets. See you next
Let's
week.
do it. All right. And just in closing, as I kind of scroll through, I missed this yesterday, but VR is going on a rehab assignment. I failed to mention that earlier. And then some word from Rob Manfred, the commissioner, on a former employer of the New York Mets. He says in an official statement, my office has completed its investigation into alleged inappropriate conduct by Jared Porter. Having reviewed all the available evidence, I've concluded that Mr. Porter violated MLB's policy, and that placement is on the ineligible list is warranted. We are committed to providing an appropriate work environment consistent with our values for all those involved in the game. And for those of you listening on the podcast, I didn't just laugh at that statement. Gotta get on video. Gotta get on. Hey, Terzio, nice of you to show up.
That's
We're about
right,
to close.
raise
the
my
game.
hand.
What the heck?
We did not get an ex-wife joke today, so can
You
we
almost
end the show?
jinxed. You almost jinxed the whole season, Terzio. But you come up with an ex-wife thing, and as we close out, so Jared Porter's on the ineligible list, cannot be hired. That's a good thing. My ex-wife is on the restricted list, says Mr. Terzio.
There we go. And why is that a good thing? I mean, I got a text from him last night. I thought
And you enjoyed that text, I bet.
it was hard.
Yeah,
Did you get
to look
73 more after that?
Rubber
at.
dub
It was
dub.
hard to look at.
Oh boy! All right,
Rub
so
it in
that'll
the
do
tub.
it for us. Big old blue and orange ribbon on this bad boy, Terzio. Make sure you go back and watch this from start to finish.
Love you, Frank.
Terzio.
Everybody out there, have a fantastic 4th of
Deuces.
July weekend. Stay safe. Be careful with those fireworks. We've seen what they can do. So just
Don't
be
put them
careful.
in your mouth or in any orifice that you
Or
have.
take it out of your hand, but your soda bottle, little bit of water to weigh it
Throw
down. You
at
put it in
whoever
there,
If you
boom.
don't like somebody, you throw it at them. That's what we used to do.
I got hit in the chest with a firework one year because I was told to move over because it was windy, so it was straight on. They told me to move 20 feet to the right. I moved over to the right. It was one of those whistlers and went
Oh,
like a slider
wow.
Well, we used to have
right into my chest,
firework
ripped my shirt
wars.
open, and left me a burn mark.
We used to have firework
Wow.
wars and throw M80s at each other.
Oh my god! What?
Well, that's
All
pretty
Fire.
That's pretty
Oh.
stupid.
That is
It was-
pretty dumb.
It was a New York thing. It was a lot of fun. But
No,
I just want to
it's
say, yeah,
stupid.
don't be a Jason Pierre-Paul.
No, don't do that.
Yeah,
Don't do that.
don't
All right.
do that.
And Terzio says, when's the next show? It's probably the same type of thing this week
Same
as last
bat
week.
time,
We'll
same
be
bat
we'll be
channel.
we'll be a pregame show next week as well. So my my wife looks like explosive fireworks. All right, we appreciate you joining us today. Let's get ready for the game. Let's go DeGrom. Let's go Mets, and happy Bobby Bonilla Day. Until next
Happy
week.
Bo Day.
Peace out, everybody.
Deuces.
Pull up the bunch.